Today we've got a really special treat for you. We are actually at Dream Hammock. This is where I have my hammock made, and we're here with Randy and Deanna, so you're going to see a real cottage business. Hey guys.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good.
Well, my name is Randy Smith, Deanna Smith. Together we're the owners of Dream Hammock. It's a business run by my family, my son, daughter-in-law, my mom, so forth. It's run right out here of our house workshop, or a home workshop, I should say.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you want to show us the shop, we'll follow you.
All right, sounds good. Right this way.
So this is actually their house. They're working right out of their house. Their shop's at their house. Down the stairs. Oh, it's bright down here, guys.
Well, this is a workshop that we put together about 3 months ago or so when we moved. We actually moved about a quarter mile down the road to this house. It gave us the opportunity to start with a blank slate and completely rebuild the workshop.
Wow.
So, feel free to take a peek around. We've got two 6x12 cutting tables with steel tops. One of the things at the old shop that we ran into problems with was my son and me trying to schedule time on the table. When I need the table, he was always on it. When he needed the table, I was always on it. So the new shop allows us 2 tables. So this is my son's over here, and this is Deanna and mine over here.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, you guys have a lot of sewing machines here too.
4 stations, 5 machines total. My little domain is over here. Deanna, or Mama Smurf, is here. My daughter-in-law and Nick Miller is there, and then my son Matthew is clear on the end.
So you can see here, people, they actually manufacture right in here. There's no China order repackaged thing going on or drop ship from a manufacturer. They are the people who make your hammocks. They are quite good at it.
We do everything in weekly batches. Basically what happens is Deanna schedules our week, and we stage our jobs depending on complexity and the type of job it is, or type of hammock and so forth. Some days we can get 4 hammocks out, possibly 5 if they're very simple. Other days they're more complicated hammocks, and we may only do 2 a day. So this is the week's work.
So when you're sitting there drastically impatient, waiting for your hammock to show up that weekend, it's sitting right here, one of these boxes.
This is a copy of the order details page that you've seen, Jay, on your hammock.
That's right.
You know, as the weeks rolled by and you contemplated the best configuration of your hammock and so forth, this is what we built from. So we actually print that copy off, and this is what we're going to go by. So it's very important that our customers are very familiar with their specs, because that's the shared specs that we're going to use.
Right. Yeah, and I like the fact that this matches up. You know, when I was on your website waiting for mine to get done, I noticed there was like, you know, maybe 10 or 12 people ahead of me.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what we see here, which Randy and Deanna are very good about their business. They're very transparent, which, you know, we all like transparency here. There's just too many people doing things that are convoluted or elusive or even deceptive, and they don't do that here. This is a really nice shop. It's super clean, guys, in case you were wondering. I know that's a big factor for me. The cleanliness of a shop, because it's hammock, I literally hang from my hammock at night in my own house, right? So if I was having my hammock made somewhere where there was cockroaches or just a general dirtiness, I wouldn't want that. But I can tell you, everything in here, as far as a sewing shop is concerned, is amazingly clean. Like they are really, really good. I couldn't recommend them enough. Hi Matthew, I'm Blue Jay.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Could you fix up the hammock, Brad?
So this is like your photo booth right here then?
Yes.
Like, that's cool. You know, the way you guys did this, I always imagine this as being like a big showroom area. I expected this about 4 times this big. You do a good job with your pictures, right?
Well, that's exactly why. I've never really shown it to anybody. So
Sure.
you know,
Oh.
it's one of the things unique about Dream Hammock is that as we complete each hammock, we'll hang it up and we'll take a shot, a couple of photos, especially multiple photos if there's any unique features and so forth. And we have a rather unique hammock rack that I'd like to show you. And this is an angle of the photo studio, we call it, that a lot of people don't see. It's really just this little corner of our workshop.
Let me back up a little bit, Randy, so they can get a good view of that if you don't mind.
So your hammock is finished. It's assembled on the table. It's hung up. This is where we inspect the hammock, each and every one before it goes out. We want to make sure that all of the pieces are there and everything is assembled correctly, and you're not going to have any trouble with the hammock when you receive it. Our rack is both for display purposes and it's structural. It's made of two sections of unistrut material with you can see we've got the am steel up there and there's a top beam that goes across, and so basically we can actually hang and put weight in the hammock itself and for display, both. So, and I've slept down here a few nights just messing around and so forth, and it makes quite a comfortable stand. So if anyone is contemplating putting in a somewhat permanent stand in their house and they happen to have a couple of walls 12 foot apart, this is a great way to do it.
So for all of our views here, I'm just going to kind of go look at closely at the brackets so they can see exactly what you've done.
It's all unistrut brackets.
And they actually have this going all the way, so I'm going to try to do this here, all the way across here. Then we'll just walk over. So then it goes all the way down to the floor. And right at the floor, and I've got some background lighting here, but right at the floor you can see they've got another bolt. I notice there's a spring back there. What's the spring for again?
They're spring bolts.
Oh,
basically, okay. The spring actually holds the nut.
The tension.
In tension.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Let me get a side view here so you can get a really good look. Here's a side view. How it's set up.
Another little feature with the stand is our little tie-out points. We've got them for left lay or for right lay, just so that we can tie out the hammocks.
Yeah, get it to stretch out.
Exactly.
So you can see the
exactly.
whole hammock.
And that's more for display than.
You know, I noticed that too. I like the tie outs and everything, but most of the time I just slap the hammock up and hop in it. But it does make a big difference on seeing the hammock. And but I did notice this last shot, hooking my underquilt on. It was very advantageous to have the tie outs out, so that way I could see where my hammock was as opposed to my underquilt, so I didn't have this epic fail mess of hopping into my underquilt instead of my hammock.
Exactly.
So
usually when I'm in a 10-foot, I'm using a smaller hammock. I won't use the tie outs at all.
Right.
When I'm in an 11-foot hammock, me being 5'7", that's a larger hammock, or longer hammock, wider hammock. I need the tie outs to get that hammock away from it because it tends to want to collapse in on me.
Right. Okay. So out here is Tiana and Matt. I haven't met Tiana in person yet. Tiana, hi, I'm Blue Jay.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. So they are hanging out here. This is the Dream Hammock stand. If you see here, they've got 4 bars going across, not bars, I'm sorry, wood, 4 beams of wood. And these are what, 6x6s here?
Those are 6x6s.
How far down do they go, Randy?
3.5 foot.
Oh wow.
They're set in foam. We used, instead of concrete, we used the new foam in place anchoring system, and so far real happy with it.
Yeah.
One of the things I'd like to point out on this is the span here is 12 foot, and the span on the length is 16 foot. So what I've driven is I've calculated out the exact height for 30-degree suspension angle, and I've driven a nail up here so that when my strap is across this nail, then I'm guaranteed a 30-degree angle. Over on the 12-foot side, you'll see the nail is just slightly lower, and that's where my strap goes if I want to maintain a good 30-degree suspension angle.
I see, yeah. So a quick way to measure it out. Now, are all your hammocks, not all your hammocks are 11 foot, are they?
No.
So does that change if the hammock's shorter or longer?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It goes by the span itself. So the span determines the height.
So the hammock will just hang higher or lower depending on the length. Okay.
10-foot hammock.
Which I've learned that in my own house, guys.
A 10-foot hammock at 30-degree angle is still going to be identical because it's going to go by the span.
Okay. Okay. Deal. So they test them out here. Now they could just test inside, guys, but they want to take them out in the weather, test everything. They're very thorough what they do here. So again, here's Dream Hammock, a small cottage business in Fredericksburg, Ohio. They take real pride in their work. If you want handmade, this is handmade.